Would you rather have $100,000 worth of Bitcoin or $100,000 worth of gold? You're buying more gold.
Yeah.
Private wealth management firm Bernstein said that Bitcoin will replace gold in the next decade as the primary store of value.
That's pretty insane.
Buy your precious metals online from SD Bullion. New customers get gold and silver at spot by visiting sdbullion.com/new. So gold has been dropping, silver has been going down. You kind of predicted this, Tim. This is largely because of the Trump election, winning the election. Tim has often said that the price of metals is...
Go ahead.
Optimism is the enemy of the metals, right, Tim?
That is true. It's always been true.
Yeah. I think there's another reason why gold and silver might be getting hit, other than the manipulators on Wall Street, the traders. I also think that it has something to do with cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin and XRP. I don't know if you heard Jerome Powell speak on Wednesday. He was interviewed at the New York Times Deal Book Summit in New York. And he was asked if he believes that Bitcoin's rise in value and prominence represents a loss of faith in the US dollar and the Fed. I don't think that's how people think about it, Bitcoin. People use Bitcoin as a speculative asset. It's just like gold, only it's virtual. It's digital.
Only it's virtual. Oh, is that the only difference?
Come on. It's digital gold. It's as good as tangible gold?
No, it has nothing to do with gold. Gold is a category of its own. If you don't believe me, go talk to the ancient Egyptians, 3,000 or 4,000 years ago. They'll tell you what gold is.
It's also a tier one asset stacked by central banks all around the world. He said people are not using Bitcoin, as a form of payment or as a store of value. Actually, I agree with that. It's not a competitor for the dollar, Bitcoin again. It's really a competitor for gold.
It's a scheme developed by the electric companies to make you use more power. Listen, he's wrong about that. It is more a competitor for paper money than it is for gold. I don't think people who buy Bitcoin don't even think about gold until they try to cash it in and they find out how difficult that is. Then they say, man, I should have bought gold.
Standard...
I can hold that in my hand.
Standard Chartered Bank predicted Bitcoin's going to go to $200,000 in 2025. Mm-hmm. And then I heard private wealth management firm Bernstein said that Bitcoin will replace gold in the next decade as the primary store of value.
That's pretty insane.
You don't think we're going to be transacting in Bitcoin and central banks will be hodling Bitcoin and you'll get paid in Bitcoin, Social Security will be paid in Bitcoin, our taxes will be paid in Bitcoin, everything will be Bitcoin. Everything.
No. I don't buy that. I mean, there are just so many limitations to Bitcoin. People sooner or later are going to try to figure out where it actually comes from and what is it really. It's a virtual currency of sorts. It's not going to convince everybody. And if all your wealth or whatever you have is in Bitcoin, and it turns around and goes down because people lose faith in it. And now, why would they lose faith? Well, somebody starts a rumor that I actually know where Bitcoin came from. It came from the Chinese Communist Party, It was in there. Oh, let's say somebody comes out of China and says, yes, Bitcoin was invented by the Chinese Communist Party. How many people are going to want to continue to invest in it? Because that is where it came from. It starts out at thin air. It's just the thin air that gets more and more expensive.
Do you think Trump is treading on thin ice, though, if he's listening to his son, Barron, if he's listening to, like, Michael Saylor, going all in on Bitcoin,
Listen,
leveraging
there's
up on
only
Bitcoin?
one reason for them to go in on Bitcoin, and that is because of the potential of trillions of dollars in capital gains taxes that some country, preferably ours, will take advantage of.
So it's a grift?
Listen, the IRS is already sending people notices that they owe capital gains taxes on Bitcoin when you cash it in. I have people telling me that when they have cashed in, it was very difficult for them to get whatever the posted value of Bitcoin was.
Interesting.
Very difficult.
And a lot of people just aren't selling, except the whales, the big guys. They love seeing the price go up because they can quietly get out, while the others are going to be left holding the bag when this bubble pops.
Now, the whales, as you call them, probably bought that Bitcoin with someone else's money.
Would you rather have $100,000 worth of Bitcoin or $100,000 worth of gold?
I would definitely pick the $100,000 worth of gold. People don't understand. This government is trying to corral Bitcoin specifically for the capital gains. And they're not the only country in the world looking at virtual currencies for their potential of capital gains.
Do you ever see a central bank allowing Bitcoin to usurp its power for its currency? To become more trusted than their own currency?
You'd have to be a very weak leader in a central bank to let that happen.
They look at silver, they look at gold, and they go, well, this isn't making me money. This is going up, so this must be good. I want in on this.
So how many people are putting their net worth into Bitcoin? And how smart an idea is that? If you invest in real estate, you invest in gold or silver or Pokemon cards, at least you got something you can hold in your hand. And the value of anything tangible like that is more or less predictable. And there'll always be a market. If there's no market, you probably will sell whatever that tangible item is. But Bitcoin, how do you determine the real value of something that's been so fractionalized already?
People get the price of something confused with its value. Just because an asset's price is going up doesn't mean that it's intrinsically valuable.
Yeah. It's the greatest generator of capital gains taxes in the history of the world. Okay? And the IRS has access to every transaction. And I only know that because I know somebody who bought into Bitcoin at $150, cashed out at $17.5, and he got a notice to pay capital gains taxes on the difference between, even though he didn't get $17.5, but that was the published price that he sold at. So he had to pay capital gains taxes between $150 and $17.5.
Is that why you think Trump's pushing it?
Absolutely.
And Jerome Powell?
The only way to bail out our government is more taxes, okay, and less waste.
Oh yeah.
So Ramaswamy and Elon Musk they're gonna earn whatever they're being paid, because if they can go to every one of these empty office buildings and say, okay, who's supposed to be in that office and who's supposed to be in that office, and they corral these people and say, okay, either you come to work every day or get another job. And a lot of them are going to be getting other jobs. But this outrageous spending by this present administration has done a lot of damage to this country. And I think Trump wants to repair it.
Just saw these beautiful 5 gold eagles. You're buying more gold.
Yeah.
And you're
I like
selling
gold.
it, and you said you're selling it. Would you buy Bitcoin with the proceeds?
He has actually more important things to spend his money on than
Then,
Yeah.
then,
I gotta
then.
build a house.
Okay, but
It's either keep my gold or make an investment in the property and it's gonna pay 3 times with this gold.
you're smart with the real estate.
Yeah.
You are smart with that. But would you really buy XRP with some of this?
if you bought them here, I know they're good.
What else do you need here? My
These are
license
all
number.
perfect.
Yeah, we're
Right in
good
the
shape.
middle, eh?
Right in the
Dead in the
middle.
middle.
How do you tell? What do you mean?
Not very far. It just tells it there. It has a category for American Eagles.
And they ping beautifully, Tim. If you've ever pinged a gold eagle, it goes on and on and on. What a beautiful sound.
Is that right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
You're antsy to get your medals?
I don't like the way things are going. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we have our new president and all, but Trump says he wants a weaker dollar, and everyone's going, yay, and I'm saying, you're a bunch of morons. What's that mean? Weaker dollar, you when you go to the grocery store, everything's more expensive. And he wants to be our crypto king. He's our bridge to the CBDCs.
You think he's the bridge to a central bank digital currency?
Absolutely. Look who he just put in for, what's his name there? For tokenizing everything. I mean, it is, last time I looked, it was $102,000 for a Bitcoin. Something you'll never, ever be able to touch. And it'd be one of those things that, let's see, shut the power off. You can still touch it. Things are just stupid the way people would just, excuse my language, piss some money into it.
So, Tim, one thing that I'd like to do is not buy Bitcoin, is to buy some more silver. And I'm interested in maybe filling my Eagle tube. But I have a question for you. Do you have any cull or circulated eagles? Anything that could be